In today's session, we're going to learn about how we can create and set up the customer master data in SAP. So the topics that we're going to cover today, they are how to create a customer, how to change a customer, how to display a customer, partner function used in the customer master, and effects of changes in the customer master. Let us start with a business example. Your company sells and delivers various products to customers. You are a member of the project team that is implementing the sales and distribution process in SAP ERP. Because the maintenance of the customer master data is a very critical task during daily business, you make yourself familiar with the corresponding functions. Customer master data. So in SAP customer master data, it has three different area, or you can say three different views. Okay, so first view is your general view, second view is your sales area data, and third view is company code data. Now, general data is relevant for all the sales area and all the company codes. For example, the same customer can be extended to different sales area, different company codes. That means one customer can exist for more than one sales area and more than one company code. However, the general data will remain the same. What is general data? General data is like address of the customer, name of the customer, and all that. And sales area data is relevant for sales only. That is specific to that sales area. Sales area we have seen before. Sales area is a combination of sales organization, distribution channel, and division. And the third data is the company code data, which is the accounting specific data. So let me discuss here. So in the customer master data, we have three types of data. One is your general data, second is your sales area data, third is your company code data. Now the general data is your, as I said, is your like name, address of the customer, phone number, fax number, email ID that you can enter in the general data. So this is common to all different sales area. Sales area data, where you enter like shipping data, shipping related data, billing related data, that I will discuss in detail in a minute. Shipping, billing, and partner function and all that. Company code data is your data which is specifically for the accounting side, like reconciliation account number and all that. So let me show you how we can create a customer. So the transaction code to create a customer is XD01. XD01 to create, XD02 to change, XD03 to display only. So here you can directly enter XD01 on the command bar, or you can cancel it. You can either open logistics, sales and distribution, master data, business partner, customer, create XD01. Or you can, we have created a favorite here. You can open the favorite and XD01, double click on it. So same thing. So here it will pop up this screen first. Here first you need to select the first one. We have different types of data like sold to party, goods recipient, and all that. I will discuss them in a minute. But for now, select the first one, 0001, sold to party. Select that, enter the company code as 1000, sales organization as 1000, distribution channel as 10, division as 00. Leave the customer number blank. Do not enter anything here, only enter these data that you can see in the screen. Once you are done, click on this tick box. It will first jump to the general area data. So you can see on the top, general data. I'm on the screen of general data. So here you can enter first the name of the customer. Any field you can see with this little tick mark, that means they are mandatory field. So you need to enter some data in this field. So first the name of the customer. So I can say whatever my customer name is. So I can say XYZ Private Limited, for example, any customer name. Here you can enter the search term, just enter XYZ for now. Here you can enter their postcode. I can enter the postcode. Here you can enter the street number. I can say 123 is the number of the building. You can say ABC Street, and postcode is say 3000, and city is say, for example, I can say Melbourne. Country, you can open the search box and you can select your country. I will select Australia, for example, Australia. And region, open the region box and you can say, I can say Victoria. And you can scroll down, you can enter PO box if you want, or at the bottom you can see telephone number. I can say telephone number is say 0312345678. For example, fax number 03123567 for example. Email ID, I can say for example, the contact person there can be say, for example, John Smith. For example, you can say john.smith@xyz.com. so whatever the email ID is. Now we are entering the data into the general area data. So here in the general area data you have different tabs. You need to go through each tab. So here I can enter I can go to the control data, and there's no mandatory field here, so you can keep going. If there's any mandatory field, it will ask you. So I'm gone through all the fields here, and I can enter the data here. Now I am on the contact person tab. So here you can enter the contact person. For example, who is the contact person there? You can have one contact person, you can have more than one contact person. For example, here I can say, okay, contact person name is John Smith. Smith is the surname, first name is John. And you can double click on this entry. If I double click on it, it will open one more screen for me. Here I can enter some more data regarding this contact over there. I can enter their phone number 04123456, whatever number is. You can enter the email ID if you want, john.smith@xyz.com. This contact is just like, you can enter here the function. Maybe I can say he is the purchasing officer, department is procurement, for example, in that company, because their purchasing officer will be sending us the order, sales order. So I can click on the back button on the top, and then you can enter one more here. For example, I can enter here another one. For example, Robert Blair, for example, Robert Blair, and I can double click on it again. I can enter all the details here if you want, and I can just say phone number like this. So you can maintain any number of contacts here. Now the email address entered here is the main company email address. It can be a person email, it can be a generic email. For example, here I can say info@xyz.com, for example. So that's your general data. So as I said, general data will include a name, address, phone number, contacts, and all the data. And second type of data is the sales area data. If I click on this tab here, see the sales area data. If I click on the sales area data, it will show me 4 different tabs again: sales, shipping, billing, partner function. So I'm on the sales tab. So here you can see, when you are on the sales area data, you have in the sales tab, you enter like sales office, currency, sales district, price group. In the shipping tab, you will enter shipping condition, delivering plant, transportation zone, and all that. Billing document, you will enter something, this data. Partner function will enter ship to party, sold to party. So we'll go through all this data here. Now one more important thing you need to make sure is, I need to go back to the general data, then I'll come back to sales area data. Click on the general data. Another thing you need to make sure is you enter the transportation zone. What you need to do is to click this plus sign. It will show you more fields, then it will show you the transportation zone here under address. So open that transportation zone search box, and here I can enter say any transportation zone. So this transportation zone will be used for the determination of the route and all that in the sales order, that we'll talk later on. Now I'll go back to sales area data. Here you can enter the sales district, pick anything. Okay, there is no mandatory field here, but one thing you need to make sure is select the price list here as wholesale for now. Okay, and if you want to enter other data here, that's fine, you can, or you can skip it. You can jump to the shipping tab. Here you can enter the delivering priority as high, normal, low. I can say high. Shipping condition, for now when you create your customer, please make sure you select the shipping condition as standard 02, because there's a reason. I'll talk about the reason later on. For now you use 02, and all these you can enter the data, otherwise you can leave it blank. This order combination, like every field has a meaning. As I said before, if you want to know what is the meaning of this field and all that field, you can press F1 on that field. For example, there's a delivering plant. What is the meaning of delivering plant? I can press F1 here. It will tell me that delivering plant is used for this process. So I'll talk about the delivering plant determination later on. But for example, this checkbox order combination, if I press F1 on this field order combination, it says that what is the meaning? That means indicates whether you are allowed to combine order during the delivery processing. Whether can we combine the order when we send the delivery, or we can't combine. So you can check box, that means yes, you can combine. If you uncheck this, you can't combine the sales order when you do the delivery. We'll discuss delivery later on. So again, I go to the billing tab. Here you can enter Incoterms is one of the important field. You need to make sure you do enter Incoterms. I can enter say CFR and enter some text here, say CFR for now. Incoterms, you need to make sure you enter something here. So Incoterms I'll enter 0001, and also enter something in the account assignment group, say domestic, and here text code, like if depending, like you can see Germany, Great Britain, United States here. So depending the customizing, you will see those countries here. So we'll worry about it this one later on. But here you can enter the text code. This is a mandatory field. If I press enter, if I want to jump to the partner function, it will give me error because this is a mandatory field. So for now, you can either enter 1 here or 0. 0 means tax exempt, or 1 means liable for tax. So some countries may have no tax. For example, here I'll say 1, press enter, 1, press enter, 1, press enter. Now go to the partner function tab. Here it's saying I'm sold to party, bill to party. I'll talk about partner function in a minute. So we've gone through the 4 tabs under the sales area data. So under sales area data, you have 4 tabs: sales, shipping, billing, partner function. And this type of data you enter here. Now third is the company code data. So if I jump to the company code here, if I click on the company code data tab on the top, I will jump to the company code data. Here you can enter the reconciliation account number. I can open the drop down and I can enter anything. Pick any for now, but this is decided by the finance guy, so they will give the right reconciliation account number. Go to the payment terms. Here you can enter payment terms of payment, say 0001, pay in 30 days. Correspondence means who is the person at their accounting side. So you can say accountant at the customer side. You can say Mark. Okay, their fax number is something. They have a phone number. You can enter the phone number if you want. You can enter in the clerk internet. You can enter their email. I can say mark@xyz.com. That's it. So as I said, so there's a lot of insurance. Just ignore this one for now. So the data exists only in 3 areas: general, sales, company code. You can see some extra tab here like additional data, additional DSD and all that. Just ignore them because they are in this IDS server only, and you will not find them in the real-time server. So in the real-time server only you will see these tab: general area data, sales area data, and company code data. Right now I'm on the company code data, that's why I can't see that tab here. If I jump to the sales area data, now I can see general data and company code data. On the top is showing I'm on the this data, sales area data. So this way you can create your customer. Now when I save it, system will generate a customer number for me, and we need to note down the number. So if I save it, and here I will write down customer as the customer number. So as I just told you that XT01 is to create a customer, and if you want to change a customer, then you can go to XT02. And if you want to display a customer only, then XT03. So in the background you can see at the bottom, you can see it's showing me a number at the bottom of the screen. There's a message. I can click on the message, it will pop up a screen. Okay, so 3 doesn't pop up for some reason. So 301623 is the customer number. So that's the customer I created, 301623. Okay, now if you want to change the customer, you need to use XT02 transaction. So close it. So again you can, as I said before, you can use a menu path like this, or I can directly type here XT02. It will remember the last number that was created. So 301623, enter the company code, enter the sales organization, distribution channel, division, and say OK. If you do not enter say company code, it will not show you the company area data. For example, if I do not enter the company code and here, if I say OK, you can't see that tab. See, general tab, I'm on the sales area data, and this is general tab. There is no company code tab. If I go back, enter 1000 as the company code, say OK, now it will show me that. So same goes for the sales area data. If you do not enter anything in the sales area data, it will not show you anything. It will only show the company code and general data. See, there is only company code and general data, no sales area data. So we want to see the complete data. So you can use this transaction to come back, and here you can make any change. For example, I want to change the sales district to Central, for example. Okay, and that's the default currency in the system is euro. You can change it to whatever currency. And once you're done, you can click on the save button on the top to save the customer. So that's how you save the customer. XT03 is just to display only. That means in some companies what happens is some people, like some lower level clerical people, they can only display customer, they can't make any changes. So they can see the data, but they can't create or change the data. So that's controlled via the authorization. So they can't have access to XT01, XT02. However, they can go to XT03 only to display something. If I go into this one, so you can see I can display anything, but I can't change anything. Everything in the is grayed out. So I can display something but can't change it. So that is XT03. There is another transaction to create, change, and display customer, which is VD01 to create, VD02 to change, and VD03 to display. Now the difference between this one is VD01 doesn't show you the company code data. So if I go to VD02, for example, it doesn't have the company code data. Whether you go into the VD01, whether you go to VD02, whether you go to VD03. And you can see this one here as well. See, VD01, sales and distribution. XT01, complete. That means you can maintain complete data in XT01, but in VD01 you can only maintain sales and distribution data, and obviously the general data as well. Same goes for here, and display, you can see the same thing here. Now you will think about it, that why we have two transactions for the same thing, VD01, why we can't use this one. So in some companies what happens is, like sales guy will have access to this transaction. Sales guys or the customer service people, they can create customer, they can change customer. However, they have no authorization for creating or changing the company code data. So in that case, they can access these transaction or probably display only here, but they can't have access to this one. So what they do is, sales guy, if they need to create a customer, they will create via BD01, and later on the finance guy who has access to this transaction XT01, the complete transaction, they will maintain and create the company code data, and they will enter the reconciliation number and whatever data is required. So for our training, just ignore this VD1, just use the complete transaction XT01, 2 and 3. Now we'll discuss the partner function in the customer master. What is partner function? Partner function is, we have sold to party, ship to party, payer, billing, bill to party, and some others as well. So if I open my customer again, if I go to XT02, under sales area data, make sure you're on the sales area data, go to the partner function tab. Here you can see the sold to party, bill to party, payer, and ship to party. So let me copy this. Okay, sold to party, ship to party. So sold to party means, here showing you the same number. The sold to party is the same XYZ Private Limited. Okay, so it's saying that the same number, and also it's showing you the same number for the bill to party, and same number for the payer, and same number for the ship to party. Now what that means is that sold to party means who placed the order. For example, one company, for example, if I'm working in, say, one of the big multinational companies, say, just think about, say, Toyota company, Toyota car company. Now they have one branch, say head office branch in US, who is placing the order. So that will be sold to party. That, say, Toyota branch in US is a sold to party who will be placing the order. But they want, so let me write down here. So say, instead of saying Toyota, I'll say XYZ in US branch. So US branch wants to place the order, but they want that the bill should be sent to our Canada branch, and they can say that, okay, our UK branch will be paying your bill, your invoice, and they say that, okay, we want the goods to be shipped to our Australia plant. So that's where the partner function will come into picture. So you can have either same, all of them can be same, means whoever places the order will pay and get the invoice and will ship the goods to the same customer. Or second option is, we can change any of them. For example, bill to party can be different, but all others may remain the same. Or payer can be the different, or everything can remain the same, or ship to party can be different and remain the same. Now I will give you example. I'll create a new ship to party and show you how it will work. So what I will do, go back, or I can open one more SAP screen here, and here I can I'll be creating the say ship to party. Go at XT01. Now here you need to, this time when you select, you need to select the relevant account group. Now ship to party, you can call it ship to party, or you can call it goods recipient, same thing. Goods recipient, same thing. So here you can say, this is I'm creating a goods recipient, that means ship to party. Enter all the same, make sure the sales here is same, and say okay. So here I can say, who is my is XYZ Australia. Okay, so here I will enter the name as XYZ Australia, for example. Here it's XYZ Australia Private Limited. So my Australia branch of the company, so I can say XYZ AU. You can enter some address here. I can say XYZ Street. Okay, I can say Sydney, country AU. Make sure select the transportation zone, Sydney, and select the region as New South Wales. You can select as per your country. There's a postcode. Now go through all the tabs. Nothing is mandatory here. Jump to the sales area data. So in the sales area data, maintain whatever is mandatory. For example, I can go to shipping. Delivery priority is, say, high. Shipping condition is standard. As I said, always use standard for now. You will understand later on why. Then billing, make sure select 1. Same thing like before. Under partner function, you will see something different here. Okay, so because it's a different account group we used, that's why it's different. And then company code data, just if something is mandatory, you can enter the mandatory data and then you can save it. So it will generate a new number for me. At the bottom you can see it generated a number 301624. So I created a new number for XYZ Australia is 301. It will create the next number 624. That's XYZ Australia. So here I have two options. I'll go back to the previous customer, the main customer, and here I can replace the customer with 624 like this. See, he's saying I'm XYZ Australia. That's the one I just created, ship to party. Or if you forget, say for example, I'll change it to the original ship to party, or you can search here. If I click on the search box here, like F4 help, and then you can select the account group. So what account group is searching for, you can say. So here select the account group as goods recipient, select that and OK, which is 0002, and name of the customer, I'll say it was XYZ something. So I'll say XYZ star. XYZ star means give me everything that is starting with XYZ and press enter. So let's see what it come back with. So it found that customer, that ship to party. So you can copy that. So it will copy the 624 number, and that's the way you can have it. If you want, I can leave it like this. You can enter one more ship to. For example, there can be more than one ship to. There can be one in Australia ship to party, one can be in New Zealand, like that. So you can have more than one ship to. So I can enter and I can leave the original as it is. That means the original customer can also get the goods, and there's another ship to 301624 is another one. See, so that means this is can also be the ship to party, and there's another one ship to party, or you can add a third one as well. And if I save it, now I'll show you the effects in the sales order. If I come back to this one, this customer, sorry, that's the ship to, okay, 3. Sales area data, partner functions. Now I got 2 here, okay, 2 ship to. So what will happen in the when you create the sales order? For example, if I create the sales order, system will ask me, if I go to VA01, enter all this data. If I enter the customer number here, 301623, press enter, you can see it's showing me a pop-up. It's saying that I found 2 ship to party, 623 and 624. Which one you want to choose? By default it's showing you that the first one, because there's original number, I can say 624. Yeah, I can select this one and done. So if I click on this, you can go to go to header, add partner, click on partner. So here you can see 624, see, because I selected 624. But let me show you another change. If I delete this one, you can put the cursor on this one, and I can scroll down and see the delete button at the bottom. That means we want to keep only one ship to party. Now if I save it, system will not ask me next time, because there is only one ship to. Sales order entry screen will only ask you when there is more than one ship to. Now if I create one more orders VA01 for the same see, it didn't ask me anything. I press enter, it didn't ask. So it will copy the only ship to customer which is available in the customer master. See, that's the one is coming from here. So that's the use. So this way you can either create, if you want to create a pair, same thing. So that's how it works. Yes, sorry. So here, if you want to create say pair, you can go to XT01 again, and next time you need to select pair. Same thing, you create a pair using 003, and this pair will be entered in this pair. And then, if you want to create a bill to party, create a bill to party using this one. So that's why I have given an assignment for the bill to party. Now, that's the partner function. That's a partner. We can also customize a new partner function here. So if I open this one, so 4 are the mandatory partner function, and we can also, there's so many partner function here. For example, employee responsible and all that. So we can customize whatever we want. For example, contact person, sales purchasing officer, like this. So we'll talk about the customizing later on. So that's the partner function. Now we'll discuss about the effects of changes done in the customer master. Now what happened, you created a customer, saved it, and you created a sales order. Now you created maybe one sales order or maybe more than one sales order, but now you make some changes in the customer master. So will it reflect in the sales order or not? Okay, so here let's look at it. So here you got a customer, there's a customer data, and there's an old customer data, and that's the new customer data. That means you change the customer. What did you change? You change the address. That was the old address, and that's the new address. You also change the Incoterms. Incoterms, that's the old one, and on the right side that is the new one. So if you have existing sales order, system will only and only update the address, nothing else. That's what you need to remember. Obviously, when you create a new sales order, all the new data in the new customer master will be copied. However, if you have old order and today you changing your customer, so whatever you change will not be reflected to the old orders. Exception is the customer address. Okay, so let us test this one. For example, so let me quickly create an order here. I'll go to VA01. So same way you can practice the way I'm creating the order. Press enter. So you can see it copy the Incoterms and terms of payment and address here, save it. I will enter the material number later on. Is saying edit or save. I'll say just save for now because we'll do the full exercise for the sales order creation later on. And it will generate a number for the sales order. So you can see at the bottom order number is 15517. So I will write down sales order 15517. Now here is my customer. I'll come back to the customer. Here I'll try to change something. For example, I'll change terms of payment or Incoterms. I'll change Incoterms to something else like CIP from CFR. You can also change the terms of payment if you want. Say from 001 I'll change to 002 and go to the general data, and here I will change the address. So I'll say NNN Street. This may be 456. It's moved from Melbourne to say Perth and all that. So save it. So after you saving it, open the order. If I go to VA02 to open the order 1557, it will remember the last number. So you can see the changes. See NNN Street. See NNN Street, Perth. Here you can see the address where my cursor is. If I click on that, yeah, see that one. That's the updated address in the old order. However, you can still see the Incoterms payment terms and Incoterms still same. So that only and only address will be updated in the old order, nothing else. So that's all about the customer data. So just a recap what we learned today. So today we learned about how to create a customer, how to change a customer, how to display a customer, partner function in a customer, and effects of changes in the customer master. For the assignments, assignment number 1, create a customer using XD01, save it and note down the number. Then how can you change the terms of payment and Incoterms for this customer? So go into XD02, try to change something. So you need to understand how to change something. Then create a sales order for this customer, save and note down the sales order number. Change customer address and terms of payment using XD02. And now open the sales order you created in step 2 and see what changes made in step 3 took effect. And make a note of your customer number, as you will be using this customer for the next assignment. So whatever customer you create here, whatever data you may creating here, note them down somewhere, because you'll be using them in the next assignments. Assignment number 2, create a bill to party customer and assign it to the customer that you already created earlier. Test the changes by creating a new sales order. Can you see a different bill to in the sales order? So just to make sure how it is reflected in the sales order. So that's all for customer master, and thank you very much to watch this video.